Chicken a la king, an old standard from many years back. We're going to make it, but we're going to make it with no fat and no cream, and it's going to look good and it's going to taste good. And to help it along, instead of a little onions, we're going to use some shallots. Green pepper must go in it, mushrooms must go in it, of course chicken. And if you buy the chicken tenders like this, they cost about $3.50 a pound. Check the price of a chicken cutlet opposed to that. So this is an inexpensive chicken a la king. This is only this is half the the chicken is half the amount. I'm using half of a package of chicken, which is a half a pound. So it's really a money saver. And some sherry, but you must, for this recipe, you got to have a decent chicken stock, because you really don't get much out of this. And the fact that we're not using cream and butter and fat, that's right, butter, then we need a little help. So the help is going to be in a very good chicken stock. Since we're not going to make a roux, and we're definitely not going to use cornstarch to thicken it, because it'll make it look the color of chicken stock, and we want to make it look creamy, so we're going to use wondra. For this, I'm cutting the mushrooms like scallop, so on an angle like so, and then on an angle again, so you get nice pieces like that. And the shallots, just large pieces, and the pepper also not too small, like so. And you're going to be amazed how fast this is going to cook. Everything is going into the pot at one shot, and I'm just guessing within 10 minutes we should have a dinner. The only thing that's going to go in there a little bit sooner is going to be the shallots and the I'm not sweating anything up. We're going to live without the fat, but with the amounts that we have here of everything, just to eyeball it, because I'm not measuring anything again, except that's a half a pound of chicken. And we're going to cut the chicken, each one of these tenders, just make 3 pieces like that. So we'll get started in a second. I'm going to start off with 2 cups of chicken stock. And I'll just put the shallots in there in stages. The shallots for a couple of minutes, because whether or not you realize it, since we're not cooking these ahead, these could take a little bit longer than that chicken. Not much. And we'll season it when we're done. No, we're not. We're going to put some sea salt in there right now, so it penetrates the chicken and everything else. Pepper we can wait with. This is going to, I'm running this film without stopping it, so you see the exact time it takes for this. And let's see, shallots. There's one more item. That usually goes in there, which is pimento. But pimento is really red pepper. And red pepper is cheaper than buying pimento. So we are going to put a little red pepper in there. This is just for color. And the red pepper is going to go in at the very, very end. So this will be a nice colorful dish, and it'll be tasty. So that's the shallots. You're going to be amazed. Everything is cooked in one pot like this, at one time. That's good for that. Now the turkey and the mushrooms. The mushrooms can take whatever cooking is involved. Nothing's going to happen to them. They won't get overcooked. And so far we have the 2 cups of stock in there, which looks pretty good for the amount we're going to have. The mushrooms will give off a little liquid. So in a couple of minutes we'll see how this is. I'm working with a very high flame. And to hasten things along, we'll cover this. So you know that that's like a 10-inch skillet because it's a 10-inch cover. And the steam will stay in. It won't reduce as much. The last 2 items that are going there are the peppers, and they only need like a half a minute. What I usually do is, when I make regular chicken a la king with the cream and everything, once the fish is entirely done, then I throw in the peppers. The flavor comes out and they still stay green. So we have all the colors we want, and by using the Wondra, it'll look like it's a cream sauce. And if you're looking to save calories and you want something to look good, this is it. Now if you want this to go the opposite direction, all you have to do is put a few pats of butter in there, put a half a cup of heavy cream when it's done, and then you have the nice rich chicken a la king. And don't forget, we're going to put a little sherry in there at the end. And that's a must, because that goes into chicken a la king. So we'll lower the flame because that's really cooking down. And we'll test a piece of chicken. These chicken fingers or chicken cutlets, which these come out of, cook relatively fast. If I press on it and it breaks, it's done. So what do you make with this? Oh, you make a, oh no, you don't want to make a puff pastry shell because then it's very fattening. So cook up some plain rice, brown rice, healthy, not white rice. We'll make some wild rice, which is really grass. That goes well with this. You can also make some pasta with it, whole wheat style, keeping the health in mind and the calories down. So the only bad item that's going to this is the Wondra. And if they came out with a Wondra that was made with whole wheat, I'd buy that. So let's see how the chicken is doing. Nothing else is of concern to me, only the chicken. Oh, one piece broke. Let's look at the inside of this piece. You see any pink? I don't see any pink. And we don't want to make this like chewy. So that's it. We're done. What I'm going to do now, we're going to easy go with the Wondra. So what you do is just sprinkle a little bit over like that and stir it. and just wait a minute and watch the color of this stock change. Of course, that's not enough, so let's go with more. Okay, that's going to make a change in it. Now raise the flame, because this doesn't take, this wondra just cooks immediately, so it's not like roux that you have to cook out. Okay, so it's not really turning white like I wanted it to, but it's not that clear, but it's still very loose, so we have to add more. This has to be creamy. And it's going to reduce a little bit more now, because there's plenty of sauce in there. So the 2 cups that we started off with was good. Well, could have been a 1.75 cups, and add a little more if you need it. Okay, that's enough of wondra, as you see. We don't want it too thick. Now we'll add the peppers. Now this was 8 ounces of chicken. To me, it's really not enough for 2 people. How's that? Green peppers are staying green. Let's taste it. Wow. That tastes like chicken a la king without the cream and the butter. So you have a healthy dish here, with absolutely no fat in it. That's the important part. And that's it. We're done. You want to put a little pepper in there, a little hot sauce, whatever. Serve this over what I told you before, whatever you want. Rice, pasta. Notice the consistency? Let's do it with the ladle. That's nice. So nice and heavy. You don't. This is not supposed to be thin, like if you made a sauce to go over chicken. This has to be a little heavier. There you go. Chicken a la king. You could sprinkle peas over that also, or broccoli or whatever you like. Anyway, that's it. We're done. As I stepped away, I said, "There's something missing. I forgot something." How about that sherry? Everything else tastes good in there. And now with the sherry, and that's a good sherry. And I can make probably 100 recipes from that 1 bottle. So the cost is 0 really. Now it really tastes like chicken a la king. I surprised myself on this one. Enjoy.